Senator John Thune is a complete failure. He's the leader of the Republican majority in the Senate, the majority that we gave him and gave the Republicans. And he's done everything in his rhino power to not advance Donald Trump's MAGA agenda. June 1st is the deadline and the line in the sand that Donald Trump gave John Thune and the rest of the rhinos in the Senate to pass and extend both CBP and ICE funding. John Thune has also gotten the Save America Act placed on his desk that the House has already approved, and he's done absolutely nothing with it. He's actually taken a vacation while it's sitting on his desk. If this bill does not pass, we will never be able to have a free and fair election in America, period. And it's not controversial. This is a bill that simply asks that photo ID and proof of citizenship are requirements to be able to vote in federal elections. But this is controversial for leaders like Thune, spineless leaders and traitors like Thune, because they're threatened by the ability of the people to have a free and fair election. Now, Donald Trump and John Thune, the latest is that they're having a drag-out fight. This fight is over Donald Trump's endorsement of Ken Paxton just earlier this week in Texas. This was over incumbent senator from Texas, John Cornyn. John Cornyn is a spineless loser rhino. That's all he is. He's done that and had this as his record for years. So Ken Paxton is a MAGA patriot. Donald Trump knows that, and he gave Ken Paxton his endorsement. So what has John Thune now done with this deadline of June 1st, with CBP and ICE funding on his desk and needing to be funded for the safety of America? And what has he done with the Save America Act? Well, he just put the Senate on recess.
Of chaos on Capitol Hill as Senate Republicans are now set to go home until June. That's significant because that now puts them on course to miss a June 1st deadline that was set by President Trump to pass a reconciliation funding package to give money to both ICE and CBP. For more on that, we're going to send it out to Fox News Chief Congressional Correspondent Chad Pergram on Capitol Hill. Chad, it sounds like things just completely fell apart today. Fill us in. What happened?
Bill, good afternoon. Here's what happened. Todd, Blanche, the acting attorney general, was summoned to Capitol Hill to meet with Senate Republicans. They had a lot of concerns about this compensation fund, and they were going to have to go through what's called a vote-a-rama, a lengthy vote series where Democrats were going to put Republican senators on the record on every single vote here, voting on something related to that compensation fund. And there were some Republicans who had a lot of reservations about this, too. I am told that they have to go back to the drawing board and completely start this bill again. I'm told that Tom Cotton, Republican senator from Arkansas, had some very pointed questions to Todd Blanche in that meeting today. The same with Chuck Grassley, the longtime senator from Iowa as well. And you could see just how glum some of the senators were, some not even talking to the press because they just wanted to get out. As soon as they sent out the notice that they were cutting senators, that is the signal that this bill to fund the Border Patrol and ICE is dead in the water. The whole idea was that they were going to work late this week, get this done maybe in the Senate overnight tonight, and then move this to the House of Representatives, and the House would just have to sync up. As you mentioned, this June 1st deadline, that's something that was made up. It's something that the president said he wanted this done by, but they have been dealing with spending bills for the 2026 appropriation cycle since this time last year. And so they have to go back to the drawing board. They have to rejigger this bill. It's not going to get done right now. And even though President Trump has been on a winning streak politically, he's not getting done what he wants legislatively here on Capitol Hill.
I wonder why.
They missed that deadline. Bill?
All right, Chad, and I'm just reading some text from our Capitol Hill team here. The House also expected to leave today after their vote series at 4:30 p.m. So both the Senate and the House leaving and will be going home. Obviously, President Trump not going to be happy about this. As you mentioned, they will be missing that June 1st deadline. Chad Pergram, live on Capitol Hill. Chad, thanks as always.
So they're right. Donald Trump will not be happy with this, and MAGA isn't happy with it either. We gave them majorities for a reason. There was a deluge, a clear signal sent by the 2024 election that put Donald Trump back in the White House. And what has the House under Mike Johnson done? Not much. And worse, what has Senator John Thune done, the majority leader in the Senate? Absolutely nothing. They have done nothing to advance Donald Trump's agenda, and now they're threatening the security of every one of us, as they're not going to be advancing the reconciliation bill for CBP and ICE. What should we do? I think the answer is very easy. We need 5 Republican senators to stand up in their next Republican quorum and put in a vote of no confidence with Senator John Thune. He does not deserve to be the majority leader. I'd rather go into the midterms with nothing but a MAGA agenda, but nothing as far as a leader in the Senate. Because the truth is that Murkowski, Thune, Cornyn, Tom Cotton, and others within the Senate are useless, spineless rhinos that do not have the MAGA agenda as their first and only priority. Do you agree with me? Let me know what you think in the comments, because right now, both the Senate and the House are on vacation, and CBP, ICE, and most importantly, the Save America Act are on ice. They're not getting votes, and they won't get votes going into Memorial Day weekend. If you've yet to subscribe to the channel, please do so. We made it very easy for you to do that. Right over my left shoulder, you can hit my face. That's the subscribe button. That helps us out a ton. We also have 2 videos up here over my shoulder on my right that we think you might like. We'll see you in the next video.